And welcome back to Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Giselle is everyone in this court's a liar. They're all just lying liars. So, let's get her, charged of murder or whatever. Yeah. Liar. I'm gonna press everything. Alright, the victim's death. Unfortunately, I have no idea when the poor man burnt his wrist like that. When the waiter brought my steak, the professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. As far as I've heard, the post-mortem reports show no other possible cause of death besides the gunshots. If there is some other way a man's life can been taken without leaving a trace, please show me. But of course, this country's inferior investigative techniques probably wouldn't pick up on it anyway. Yeah, and she's a little, What? The most captivating and beautiful testimony will go down in the Supreme Court's history. Thank you. Will it? Yeah, easy does it. I hope that this is the last time I'll have to sully my lips with the coarse tones of your unbecoming tongue. Oh, forgive me. I do hope I haven't insulted everyone. Oh my gosh. She has told those people, oh man, don't get offended. But, people. Not at all. Oh crap, how do I do this voice again?
Not at all. Is it merely to hear you speak, dear lady? And it seems very clear from your testimony that this boorish talk of the victim's burn is utterly irrelevant.
I will be speaking to your country's Minister of Justice about what happened here today.
The Minister of Justice?
May that irritating little bully of a student be given the harshest okay, now she's pushing for the death penalty that I was gonna get. Oh boy. Amen.
Huh?
Thanks? Was that a prayer then? Well, you have to forgive the irritation, Miss Brett, and put up the cross-examination for now. I expect you've noticed that this little bully of a student, as you put it, doesn't miss much. I'm sure I don't need to remind you, Counsel, that this will be your final cross-examination in this trial. If you fail to demonstrate any problems with this witness's testimony, I will be ruling on the case immediately. Is that clear? Sure, whatever.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Then you may proceed with the cross-examination. Okay, let's do this. Okay. It's fine. Fine. Okay, so the postmortem report showed no other possible cause of death besides the gunshot. So let's look at our... Actually, let's press it real quick. Yeah, it's written here in the paperwork. Fatal hemorrhage from ballistic trauma. Yes.
Lucky for all of us, the little burn on the wrist is going to kill us. And as there's no other signs of trauma on the victim's body to indicate some other cause of death, it could only have been the bullet from your gun that put an end to this innocent man's life.
No. The burn must have happened straight away when the plate was first brought to the table by the waiter. Yeah, that's true. If it had cooled even slightly, it wouldn't have been able to make a burn like that. And if the victim burned his wrist on the hot plate as soon as it was brought from the kitchen, then he must have already been dead at that point.
And yet the fact is that the victim was killed by a gunshot to the chest. And you're able to show the court evidence to prove, okay, the fact that I would have been to face his chest is a complete waste of time.
I concur. Prosecutor Ouchie is right. Okay, what do I have? I guess I can press that?
Yes!
Inferior? What do you mean by that? In the lands of the great British people, the police store everything found at a crime scene for later examination. But in this country, you investigate once and that's the end of it. Isn't that so?
Quite right. Le Carnival is open for business as usual today, just days after the incident.
Exactly, which means that even if this investigation takes a different direction, vital evidence may be lost, and okay, he's dying. It doesn't even occur to your naive detectives to try and preserve the crime scene. I am trying to be as tactful about this as I can, you understand.
Oh, a killer blow. The lady is as formidable as she is beautiful.
Amazing. He's actually admitting our police may be flawed. Perhaps Prosecutor Ouchie is finally starting to see sense. I very much doubt that. Oh, oops. Still, there's something about what Miss Brett just said. There's a moment before when something didn't seem quite right. As I suspected, she's a tough witness. We need to find a way to break her testimony, or the cross-examination will be over. But that would mean I have to find a way. Okay. No. Click. Kazuma? What, Ryunosuke? There is one thing I've noticed. Something has been bothering me. Bothering you? You mean about Miss Brett? Actually, no. About the person sitting next to her, Inspector Hosonaga. The detective? Yeah, he seemed to react a little strangely to Miss Brett's last statement. I was wondering if I'd be significant, and if I might present an opening, maybe. Alright, I have an idea. Try pressing on the last statement one more time. Okay, sure. But this time instead of targeting the woman herself. Let's see what we can get out of the detective. Okay, I wonder what Kazuma's thinking. I'll find out soon enough, I suppose. Once I press Miss Brett on her last statement again. Okay, back to the last statement. And press?
Yes!
Exactly, yeah, there it is again. Okay, we were just repeating everything exactly the same for whatever reason. The detective's reaction is the same as before. Why? Up until now, the detective has been in the stand with Miss Brett as her interpreter. But things are very different now. For this testimony, the detective is just listening to what the Englishwoman has to say. This could be a golden opportunity. What do you mean? When people are actually testifying, they're usually very careful to let anything slip. However, when they're listening to someone else speak, you'll find they'll often let their guard down. Yeah, you're right. Look at him. He's lost his own thoughts. It's time to pursue the man in his train of thought. Huh? Pursue? I'll explain how to do it now, Ryunosuke. It's all to do with the witness marker. What? What marker? At the moment, we're focused on Miss Brett, who's the person actually making the current statements. But by moving the marker left and right with A and D, okay. You can turn your attention to other people on the stand. While you're looking at the other witness, you'll be able to pursue them with space. Okay, got it. If you ever notice a strange atmosphere among the people in the stand, take a good look around. So first I should move the marker across with A and D. Okay, got it. Does this mean we're gonna have like more trials where like there's too many people who are cross-examining at once?
Wait.
Okay, D. And pursue. Excuse me. What's the meaning of this? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shock you. He really was lost in his thoughts deeply. It looked like you were thinking something just now, Inspector. Perhaps having heard what the lady next to you had to say. If there's something you'd like to say, please share it with the court.
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? It is the delightful Englishwoman who is testifying at the moment. If you can't find fault with her testimony, then the cross-examination should be over immediately.
Is that how this works? Absolutely not. The detective is in the stand, which makes him a valid witness. Yeah. Yeah, not to mention the fact that he's intimately involved in the case. Inspector Hosonaga? Yes? Do you have something to add in relation to the statement just made by Miss Brett? Yeah, she's insulting you too, man. Come on, help us out. Well, yes, if you don't mind. I would like to speak. Yeah, she's getting pissed. The lady is right. Our country's police practices are not as modern as those used in Great Britain. Which is why I, Satoru Hosonaga, always strive to make every investigation I'm involved in flawless. Which again, he was lying. What do you mean by that? I'll tell you what I mean. I won't have evidence lacking on my watch. I'm not afraid to take everything I can from the scene of the crime. It's preserving evidence, you see. Okay, sure. I don't care if they... Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief. I'm not ashamed of what I've done. A crime scene thief? Well, it looks like the laser marks touch a nerve there. Take this, for example. Is that... This is the bottle of carbonated water that I took to the victim's... This is the bottle of carbonated water that I took to the victim's table on the day in question. And yes, it lost all its fizz, having been opened 3 days ago now. But it was carbonated water. I don't care what anyone else says. Yeah, there's so much in the bottle. I can see it. One day, our police force will be among the best in the world. The time is coming, I guarantee it. Dying. I can't say I condone the witness's actions, but I do understand the sentiment. The court will accept the glass bottle of water as evidence. Okay. I'm kind of lost on this part. I'm like, Can you confirm this is indeed the bottle from which you drank on the day of the victim's death? Yes, it was that bottle. What was that about? She seemed to avert her eyes when she answered the judge's question. Very well, counsel, you may resume the cross-examination. Yeah, I gotta go look at that. And the inspector will kindly control his fervor. Okay, hold on. We gotta look at this bottle. The label's written in a foreign language I don't recognize. Do you know what it says, Kazuma? I think it's French. This must be a very expensive water. Yeah, but what does it say? That's what I was asking. Then go to France and... Wow. You could just say that you don't know. Wait, no. Go back to... Yeah, there we go. Okay. So this carbonated water is the last drink Dr. Wilson ever had? Looks like there's a little left in the bottle, although it's just plain water now. You know, I've been sweating so much, I'm absolutely... No, don't drink it. I'll just have a sip of this to keep me going. No, Ryunosuke, you can't do that. For one thing, that's evidence. You can't go drinking evidence. Oh, yeah, you're right. We don't know what would be inside, do we? You never cease to amaze me, Ryunosuke. In more ways than one. Huh? I wonder... Could there be anything in this water? What's the matter? You've gone quite quiet all of a sudden. I think I just might work something out. An interesting possibility. Yeah, I know. I was trying to see if it's poisoned. It's so immense if you take... Okay, yeah, so present. And the water. Present!
Yes!
What is this? The bottle of water? Actually, there is one method of killing a man without leaving a trace that comes to mind. Obviously, I'm referring to poison. Poison? The band? On the day of his death, we know that Dr. Wilson drank from this bottle of carbonated water. Could it be that there was poison inside? Could it be the professor actually died after taking a sip from his glass? It's a really fast-acting poison. Order, order, order. And on that day, who was sitting at the same table as the professor and able to slip the poison into his drink? There's only one person who possibly could have done it. Giselle Brett, it was you.
Objection!
This is outrageous. To suggest such a thing without a scrap of evidence. You little rookie imbecile. Have you ever considered the delicate situation our country finds itself in now? Have you forgotten that we have only just signed an accord of friendship with the British Empire? Have you even the vaguest inkling that your rash accusations could jeopardize the entire treaty?
Objection!
I think murder kind of jeopardizes that more. This is not a political arena. This is a trial to determine one individual's guilt with respect to one crime.
What?
The fact that this woman is British makes no difference. We are here to determine the truth.
Grr.
Ahem. If I may.
I will silence you forever for this disgraceful check.
Oh, okay.
It is you who should be silent. Oh, of course. Dear lady.
Where did that come from? She just snapped. I am afraid I may have spoken unfairly before. I offer my most humble apologies. I'm sorry, my lady. To what are you referring? I described your police force as inferior. But no matter how inferior they may be, you still investigate this particular point thoroughly, I believe. The bottle, I mean, Inspector, and whether it contained poison or not. Of course. Wait, you did? Yeah, have you not noticed he's dying of poison? Have you forgotten what my guiding principle is already? Wait, but why are you covering it again? I strive for a flawless investigation every time.
I don't believe it.
Naturally, we tested the inside of the bottle and its contents. Why on earth was this not brought up? And what did you find, Inspector? I ordered tests for every toxin that's available in this country at the present time. We could find no trace of poison in any description of the bottle of carbonated water, Your Excellency. What? Are you sure? The tests were meticulously carried out by the Chief Coroner himself. I am very grateful to all you Japanese. You successfully established my complete innocence in this horrid affair. We did not. Thank you.
But of course, dear lady, the prisoner was all ours.
Minosuke's dead. I was so sure. This can't be right. Everything falls into place if he was poisoned. Thank you, Counsel. I think that cross-examination has clarified everything. As the prosecution has asserted, a shot to the chest from this gun is the only conceivable cause of death. Furthermore, the accused, who by his own admission was holding this weapon, is the only possible culprit. I'm done for. The court wishes to apologize for the great inconvenience that has caused you, Miss Brett. Oh no, I'm just glad the matter is resolved. Before proceeding, I must ask the counsel for the defense. Do you have any further new evidence to present the court at this point? I don't know, maybe I'll just drink it and show you. Kazuma? I'm sorry, Ryunosuke. I have nothing more. Well, if you excuse me now, I really must be leaving. Can't just leave like that.
Hold it!
Oh, hi! We don't have your name yet, do we? Yeah. Please. Oh, wait, I need a new voice. Please, wait. Isn't that... What is the meaning of this? Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Sasato Mikotoba, Judicial Assistant to the Defense. Mikotoba? In my darkest hour, with nowhere left to go, she appeared like a bolt of lightning. And in her hand, she carried a small package, wrapped in a furoshiki cloth. To be continued. Oh, jeez. Okay, what are we at? Only at 20 minutes, though. I can go on for like 20 minutes more. I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why this sudden ingress into my courtroom?
Huh. A judicial assistant and a woman, no less? Oh my god. The real state. That females are not permitted into this court of law other than to testify.
Yes, I fully understand. I asked only for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence I must hand over to the defense.
Huh. You're too late, little girl. This trial has already been concluded.
5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more.
But, Your Excellency.
I am most grateful.
Who exactly are you?
I'm sorry, there is no time. Please simply accept this for now.
What is it? A report about something written in English?
It's Giselle Brett's research.
Oh, the English omens?
After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical faculty and borrowed this paper. Oh yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she?
So is this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case?
I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself.
Oh, yeah, of course not. Not like it's televised or anything.
Oh, special characteristics of Curare and its effects on human subjects. Interesting.
Curare? What's that? I've never even heard of that word before. Time's up. The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom.
There was too little time for me to read it in detail, but I summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it.
This is wonderful, thank you.
Okay. Gotta go read that. Goodbye then, and good luck. You have had long enough, counsel. We cannot detain our English guest any longer. I ask of the prosecution and the defense now, one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? I presume not, but...
The prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. No more to add, Your Excellency.
Ryunosuke, we're out of options here. This really is our very last chance.
Yeah, I know. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence.
Oh wait, hold on. That look. Hold on, let me look at new evidence first before we present anything. Okay, examine it. Okay, so she's studying poison. I mean, she's a toxicologist. We probably should have brought that up. A poison made from the bark of certain trees in the jungles of South America. The hunters of the region have used it since ancient times to incapacitate their prey. Effects. Instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death, even in minute doses. The above-mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound, such as that inflicted by a blowpipe dart. Due to its ability to render the human body paralytic, it's believed that the toxin would have application as an anesthetic. However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a result of the full-body paralysis must be found first, or patients would die of suffocation. Okay. The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior. Well, Miss Brett?
Yes, Your Excellency?
If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer.
It is a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not very long until tea time. I have to politely decline.
Forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. I realize it was phrased as a question. However, yeah, grow a backbone, Judge. I love it. I must ask you treat this as an order.
I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense.
My apologies, dear lady. So, counsel? What is this new evidence that demands the court's attention? Oh wait, they're not... Resist? Miss Giselle Brett, we understand you were studying under Dr. Wilson at Yuma University doing research. Research by sheer coincidence, perhaps, into deadly poison.
What?
Poison? Where are you going with this, Council? A toxin-nosed cure, Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death.
Objection!
What complete and utter nonsense. Cure rare, you say? I've never even heard of it.
You wouldn't have done. You wouldn't have done? You wouldn't have. Dunce, maybe. I don't know.
What do you mean?
I mean, you wouldn't have heard of Cura before, for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist? Correct, which means no matter what tests the police can do for toxins, they never identify Cura. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison.
What?
Order, order, order. Council, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to this report authored by the visiting research student from England, Cure has long been used by the tribes people of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. I'm playing Green Hell right now, so it's kind of like, yeah, it is. It seems that it's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists.
To lace their arrows?
The report states that it is produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle. And it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. It claims that animals shot by arrows laced with Cure suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Brett?
Objection!
Trumpery! These aspersions? These aspersions are utter trumpery. To start with, if the victim had been administered some of this so-called deadly poison, it would have been squirming and writhing in pain. Another giant surely would have noticed.
That's true. What part of instant death aren't you getting, sir? What do you say to that, Inspector? Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain. According to this, however, it's the other way around. Oh yeah, he has paralysis too.
What do you mean the other way around?
The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that the cure was used. Explain yourself, Counsel. The moment this toxin enters the person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there would be no visible signs of pain at all. How terrible! Obviously, if a man lost all his strength in his muscles, he'd collapse on the floor. But with a chair near him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects could go largely unnoticed. But I don't follow, Kazuma. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death. The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes the muscles to control respiration to fail. Respiration? In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. And all the while, the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move.
That's hideous.
To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments would be a living hell. That is the true nature of this deadly cure poison. Okay, but do we have a motive? And your suggestion that this bottle, Counsel, actually contains this terrifying poison that Ryunosuke, the dumbass, is going to drink?
Objection!
This is all very convenient, isn't it? The hitherto unknown poison for which there is no means of testing? What a happy tale for the defense.
Ahem, if I may.
All these facts, you think you're so clever, but you must be taught some manners.
I like when she says shut up.
It is you who must be taught. Oh, of course. Dear lady.
So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it?
What?
You steal another's honest hard work and then announce the results as if you discovered them. I do no such thing. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act. Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual. Whatever do you mean? Capitalizing on unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime? That really is a loathsome act. You wouldn't you agree?
Objection!
Enough of this. I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire of Japan is breaking the rules.
What's so funny? Oh, excuse me, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brett. May I bother that bottle for a moment, please? Well, yes, I don't see... No, that's exactly... No. No. No, that's not how that works. You don't just give people accused... Oh, she's going to drink it. That's a very nice pour. You did a very good job. Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boy. Oh, God. Sorry, no. I don't like the fact that I'm not even fixing it. Sorry? To an Englishwoman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. Your little police games and these foolish courtroom antics, it's laughable, really. But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. Cheers! What are you doing? Or just drop dead right now. No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair. Goodness. Whatever is the matter? You all look quite stunned. So, no cure air. The bottle was clean, is that what you're saying? You look quite incredulous, little boy. But of course. That's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue. Most kind. Grr. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brett. I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries. Yes, dear lady. We are most gratified with all the assistance you have given. This doesn't make sense. There had to have been poison in that bottle. So how did she... How did she swallow the whole glass and live to tell the tale? I don't understand it. Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for an interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London. There has to have been poison in that bottle, doesn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have keeled over dead. Come on, Rinosuke. We have all the clues. Oh, we do. The bottle of water. Okay, maybe she's immune? The culprit did procure The culprit did procure poison into Dr. Wilson's carbonated water. The defense refuses to change its position. You're serious?
Fool, are you blind? There is no possible way that the bottle could contain poison. I mean, we just saw
Miss Brett drinking the water from it? That's right, which rather complicates your argument, I think.
And I
believe that complication could be explained.
How? Exactly.
I need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here. Everything. One by one. And I'm sure the answer's in the evidence we have in the court record somewhere. It has to be. Very well. If the defense truly intends to assert this claim, then I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. What explains how the witness was able to consume this supposedly poisoned water unscathed? Okay, hold on one moment. I think it says something about a wound in the thing, right? Okay. Poison enters the body through a wound. Oh, I got it! I got it! I figured it out! Okay, so it has to go through a wound, which... So I guess stomach acid probably, renders it bad? I don't know. But anyway, he had his open, molars from getting his molars removed. So that was the wound that it went through, and she doesn't have her molars removed. Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Yes!
The answer to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's own research report.
Objection!
That is not a valid explanation.
No?
After all, we don't speak English. The report is utter gibberish.
But that's not an excuse.
This imprudent young scoundrel is trying to ridicule your court, Your Excellency.
I'm not trying to ridicule anyone, honest. I'm just reading Sasato-san's notes. I concur. This report is too excessive to be considered in its entirety by the court. What? No. We will direct us to the pertinent section, counsel. Which section of the report reveals the alleged answer to this riddle? Applications. It's written right here under practical applications, I think.
Oh, really? Go on.
Well, think about it. You want to know how the poison can be drunk without it taking effect? That's a practical application of the poison's use as a drink. Oh wait, nope. Did I click the wrong one? Oh, yep, I clicked the wrong one. Oops. Oops! Minosuke? Hmm? It's the molar. I know. I just read properly. Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Thanks, man. Oh my god, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Let me just go. I'm sorry. I messed up. I mean, okay. Hold on. Which part had the thing? Special characteristics. Got it. Sorry, I'm dumb and I don't read. We've been hearing a lot about how this cure our poison. And it's left me curious about something. Oh, Counsel? Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years. To lace the heads of the arrows that they shoot into whatever prey they're hunting. Oh, why am I giving you a weird voice? So I've been led to believe, yes. And the point of the hunting is to catch prey to eat.
Get to the point, please.
But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters are going to eat? Yes, good point. So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because they'd be eating poison. Good gracious, Counsel. No, that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum. Research... in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. Through a wound, you say? I see. That makes sense. Yeah. The mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When cure enters the body through an open wound, it has a terrifying poisonous effect. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever. See, I'm not a toxicologist. I don't know if that feels right, but okay.
What?
Miss Brett, you authored this research, you knew Kira's special characteristics. And you knew that you can make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself.
You meddling little...
Oh, it's alive! I want to cross-examine the bird, please. Well, Ryunosuke, it turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be.
Really? Me?
Probably an assistant, but not a lawyer.
Oh, this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure. But I fail to see how it possibly...
Okay.
So, the ill-bred little puppy is a new toy to play with. Some facts you read in a book. But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly.
What are you trying to say?
Your schoolboyish logic has a fatal flaw.
Schoolboyish flaw?
As even your brain has managed to deduce, Kira is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of our gastric succus.
Well, yeah, of course. Gastric suckers? What are they?
So to say that poison is completely harmless when drunk. The professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he?
No, I approve of that. I approve of that. I know that one.
That's, right?
Good gracious.
That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand, no?
Order. Order in the court. Order. The logic holds. The lady and the professor drank the same poison. They'd be affected the same way. Are you trying to suggest?
Yes, the Kira poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial. That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that.
And that is when she died. What is this welling up inside me? I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey. Oh, okay, cool.
Objection!
Oh, objection! Baby's first objection. I'm so proud. I don't think so, Miss Giselle Brett.
How dare you use that tone with me?
You know very well that there's no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead. Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you. You must provide compelling evidence. No one can provide evidence that I'm a murderer, but sure. And now we know this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the curer? Where is his dental records? There we go.
Take that!
As Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. A fatal difference? The toxic effects of cure are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water?
Inside?
Yes, like the wound you might have if you just had been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example.
Huh?
Ah.
Miss Brett,
You acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. She's screwed. So that's it. You use that knowledge to orchestrate this.
is she laughing? I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are oh so puerile.
What do you mean?
Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough. You see, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might have happened to it.
What?
I mean, it could just slip.
Right, we don't have a jury.
Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed.
What? Okay, but that's clearly a guilty person. It's Englishman. She smashed it. And his Supreme Court. What a terrible blunder.
Blunder?
Officer, what are you waiting for? Oh my god, really?
You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet here is a gift from the British Empire. I assure you it will soak up the water beautifully. You've neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it.
How could you? You won't get away with this.
You can thump the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy. But I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? If there really was poison in the bottle or not. And let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution? Oh, of course, of course. You're referring to this photographic print, I presume, dear lady? That's right, and really, look at this photograph. It's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So of course the only person who could have shot him in front is a little schoolboy.
Objection!
No. You killed the victim that day using Curare. And then in order to frame Ryunosuke Naruhodo for the crime. You waited until he picked up the pistol you had arranged for him to find on the floor, before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor in his chair around. You see? You had every opportunity to commit this crime.
Oh, what a wonderful imagination you have, young man. A hidden gun, you say? And I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence.
Exactly. And as you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution's stance remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accused Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Yeah, they don't have evidence for this, honestly. What? How can this be happening? We had her, but now... Is she really gonna get away with it? The way she destroyed the evidence was obscene. Ryunosuke. Yeah? We've come this far, but now... No, you're the only person who can finish it. What do you mean? We've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So if any clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head.
In my head?
You told me before that your powers of observation were the one thing you could really depend upon.
Well, yeah, that's true, but
I didn't manage to notice that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head. So think back to it again now. Try to remember every last detail about that scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell. What I saw? What I felt? Every color? Okay, so it's blood, and the gunshot didn't go through. Is Kazuma right? Summon the vibrant memory of the same scene in my head? Could there be another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer? Yep. He had been facing this way for the blood to go. Actually, Kazuma? I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue. You always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryunosuke? Come on then, let's wipe that smug smile off that Englishman's face with some evidence. On it! I can't wait! It's been... something me... what on earth is that word? What is there so many weird words in this thing? For a while, something feels amiss about my memories of the day. Whatever it is could be the key to arriving to the truth about all this. It's here somewhere. I wonder where. I wonder where this clue is. Could it possibly be this blood? Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Yeah, I know.
Take that!
Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this. Eh? Yes? What is it? He's still miles away. Probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. As you said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak that you took on the victim's table that day?
Objection!
Wait a minute. Where are you going with it?
Where are you going with this, little boy? It's just a memory that's been troubling me. What memory? I saw the scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. And I saw that wooden base of plate that the steak was served on was a splattering of blood.
What?
Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything here. The plate... the plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I was to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that the blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him.
Ah.
Yes. For blood to have made it onto the plate, it implies that the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means that the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor, as you were. Giselle Brett. I beg your pardon?
Objection!
This is beyond ridiculous. Fabricated nonsense. Is the court seriously expected to believe something that the accused has apparently just remembered seeing?
Hold it!
Yeah, show me the evidence.
This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to. Inspector, you mean? Yes. I took the plate in the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all. I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it. You did what? I took the steak that you've been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. He took all the steaks. I did it all in the name of justice. And we can find out for sure whether or not there's a blood stain on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it now. Inspector, the court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately. Blood, blood, blood. Watch, I have no blood. Sorry for the delay. Here's what you ordered. The steak. Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it?
Of course there isn't.
Quickly, Inspector, the blood, man. Show the court. Of course. Examine the plate at your leisure. Just tell me. No blood. No blood anywhere. But no, that's... okay. Almost an hour too. Come on. I know I saw it. I'm sure of it. It was right there on the table behind the professor. There was blood on the side of the plate. What an unbecoming expression, little boy. You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell. Oh my god, stop.
I couldn't agree more. In this case of disgrace to the Empire.
I believe we may finally have reached a conclusion in this trial.
Let's hope so. This pretend attempt at a courtroom proceedings are painful to watch. But I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over.
Huh. I mean, also, that steak's eaten more. That's the wrong steak. It's the wrong steak. It's eaten more.
Huh. This sorry-looking steak reveals all the facts This sorry-looking steak reveals the facts all too clearly. If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest.
Yep, wrong one. Was the plate I saw, or I thought I saw, just a figure of imagination? This is it now. I've lost. No. It's a different steak. It's more eaten. Ryunosuke, it's not over yet. Not until the final gavel.
Huh?
Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward no matter what. believe in myself? Really? Maybe I should at least examine the evidence. Okay, hold on. Cold record. And examine. Oops, nope. And examine. Ooh, what's this? Huh? What in the world is this? I think it's a Koban coin. And the hallmark from the oh wait, the old man's coin? No, I don't mean what is it? I mean, what's it doing there? Wait, did you say it was a Hoei Koban? Yes, and apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable. Isn't this the first time today? Yeah, wait. So the baby did do it. I've heard of pearls before swine, but I never heard of a bullion before bullion. Nope. I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means... I certainly never expected to find a precious coin underneath this thick cut of meat. Okay. It's well marinated in the juices as well, look. What are you thinking? What? Are you thinking of eating it? Wait, no, but the next time I order a steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure. My heart's gonna be racing as I lift the meat and peer underneath it for a prize. I think you might have the wrong end of the stick about this, Ryunosuke. Okay, so bring back the old man. Okay, but also just in case. Okay, so back. Back. Alright. No, it's problematic. Everything in this courtroom is problematic. I presume any further examination of evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. Does the defense have any objection? That blessing was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this place stake reveal any other clues at all? There's a clue! Wait, oops. Your Excellency, please, wait! This plate of beef is hiding another clue! Another clue that revealed a shocking truth!
There's only one thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beefsteak.
Your Excellency, I think I made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial. I'm sorry, Miss Brett, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I am completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled. I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, isn't it? Thanks, Your Excellency. Counsel, for the defense, you will now clearly show the court what you're alluding. Where precisely on this plate of beefsteak is the clue to be found? Wait, can I lift it up? There we go. I'm like, let me lift it. And present. Good gracious, that's...
Huh? Koban?
What on earth? A Hoei era one at that. Miss Brett? This is in fact the beefsteak that you ordered at the restaurant the day in question, is it? Tell me, why is there no coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat? What a ridiculous question, how should I know? I've never seen a thing before in my life. I don't know what this is, I want no part of it.
Objection!
I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat. That could simply have been a killer's mistake by the chef at the moment of distraction.
Objection!
Huh, no. Don't be absurd. You're supposed to believe that this has happened by accident in the kitchen? A rare Hoei Koban just appears to be underneath that piece of steak? If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll rip my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right, it can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency. Yes, Counsel? A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak? If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll give it my lawyer job right now. Not even a lawyer.
By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway.
Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it is you who's irrelevant. Even though I'm the one on trial here? The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing under that steak. The owner? Yeah, the old man. Do we forget about him already? The owner of that koban was found underneath... Okay, where is he? Old man, old man.
Take that!
Obviously, it can only be the antique dealer and owner of the Rasute. Kyoryo Kurakuta-san. As in Mr. Cucumber something? Honestly, these are... Oh my god, stop. Ah, yes. The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant, correct? Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying he was up to something with his koban coin when it happened. At exactly the moment the gun was fired.
The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor.
Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing?
Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hoei Koban, my prize coin.
This Hoei Koban, do you mean to tell me?
Objection!
No, please, why would Kurakuta-san's koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and his plate? It makes no sense.
Which is why I'm asking to bring Kurakuta-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him. Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here. I guess we're just gonna continue this is over without a moment's delay. Because I feel if I stop now, like, it's gonna be a short episode next episode. I can't believe we come around back to that pair again. But I have a hunch, a strong hunch. If we chase down the real significance of this koban, we'll find the key element to the case. Unless it has me save. To be continued? No. Okay. Oh, there's too many people. Oh, why did we bring the sergeant back? I don't care. Okay. What is this all about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize that it's dinner time for little baby Ivo? When my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves.
Exploited by the police we were, like miserable dogs, forced to bear false witness. And when cast from this courtroom myself, I became a ruined man in a trice.
It was like 10 minutes ago, sir.
A worthless, withered antique. Nothing more have I to say. The sun has set on this Rasute shop owner's existence.
Be that as it may, Kurakuta-san. Something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your Rasute memory serves, have you ever seen his koban before?
Wah! That's yes.
Oh my god, wait, oh my god! His foot's been stabbed.
Yes, that's the one. The very one. The very exact one that it is. The resplendent splendor of his Hoei treasure that my rusty bones managed to displace that fateful day. It can't be.
Yes, I thought.
Young man, in laying this decrepit old fool, put me out of my misery. Where is my treasure? Where was it dropped?
Oh, I'm not sure it was dropped anywhere. We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate, soaking in the seasoned meat's juices.
Sandwich? Soaking? Seriously?
Clearly it couldn't have fallen there by accident, which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose.
Somebody concealed my Hoei treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate? Who would do such a thing? Such an inconscionable... Who would do such a thing?
Excuse me. Could I say something?
Yeah, of course.
Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga. I mentioned this earlier on in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case.
Ah, yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation.
Le Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. We want to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So that's why you're sent undercover, is it? Yes. I took on the job of waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this koban incident is the work of the same thief. So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at the work of the restaurant on a regular basis. Is it the baby? The place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. This place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Karakuta-san's koban is all too clear.
What?
What? I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on the matter. Tell us. Who hid it under the stake? Wait, do we know this? Sergeant.
Take that!
It's the sergeant. The last person I was gonna guess. Obviously, it can only be you.
Sergeant Yasunosa.
Wow. How dare you. You monster.
Monster?
I stole that koban, did I? I'm the master thief of Le Carnival, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes? Oh no, the baby's just stealing things randomly, I bet. But it wasn't me, it was Aido. Aido's a mastermind. Oh my god, I was right. It was the baby. You would push the blame of your crimes onto your own son, an innocent baby? It's you who's a monster, Sergeant Nosa. Ah! Clippity. Okay. His back just broke. You heard that, right? Nippon Imperial Army, Sergeant Iosunosa, preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir. Okay, so I guess this court's gonna go really long. Do any of you know of the extraordinary low wages in the Nippon Imperial? Okay. I think I have to save, because I am way over. I gotta cut some stuff, but geez. Okay, so I'm stopping here. We'll continue because this trial is going on forever, even though I feel like we've proved a million times over we didn't do it. Anyway, I'll see you guys all next time. Laters.